What's up, everybody? My name is Jeremy Jones and I am back with another video. Today I'm talking my weekly sneaker rotation, so stay tuned.
Got a lot of things changing in my life. Hoping one day I'ma get it all right. Brother is engaged, about to start a new life. Yeah, I haven't had a chill day. Really wanna vibe, appreciate the moments. I've been creating, not scrolling. Mom and dad still supporting.
Alright, man, I'm back with another video, man. Before I get too deep into this video, y'all already know what to do. Go and hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Alright, so let's dive in today's video. Just like I said in the intro, man, we're back with another weekly sneaker rotation. Now, this should be week 55 to the best of my knowledge, and if I'm wrong, feel free to correct the kid down in the comment section. Of course, go ahead and smash that like button, sub to the channel if you're new, if you haven't done so already, if I didn't say that in the beginning, but this should be week 55 to the best of my knowledge. Now, y'all know I started this series off at the beginning of the year in 2023, and here we are. This should be week 55 to the best of my knowledge. You guys want me to keep the count just going forward. This is a new start, the fresh year, but I'm going to continue to count. But anyway, if you do want to get a sneak peek of what I'm wearing throughout the week, sign up for that sold out Discord. The link is pinned down in the comment section, and it is free to sign up. I do post my sneaker picks over there first whenever I do take them. But without rambling, y'all know how I normally do things. I end things off on a Friday, then pick right back up on a Saturday. So we're just gonna start things right off on this Saturday, pretty much. I had to make some moves, definitely had to go see the barber, and obviously at the time that I'm probably seeing this video, and I say this every single time, I go every other week to the barber, so pretty much, let's just say every time I go there, he has something to do, right? Okay, but anyway, pretty much starting off on Saturday, the kid stepped in none other than the Black Cat, and this is the 13s, man. Now, this is a shoe I did end up paying resale for, but the value on these at the time really wasn't up there, and this is a shoe that I saw people rocking throughout my area, and they were just making them look super clean. All black shoe, you really can't go wrong with it. And then it features that 3M. I don't know if the camera's gonna do this any type of justice, or if the lighting is gonna do this any type of justice, but it features that 3M, man. So arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection, and I can't stress this enough as far as, like, if you're looking for comfortability, Air Jordan 13 is where it's at. Air Jordan 14s as well, but if you don't like 14s, 13s, right? And I feel like just pick one whenever you see one that's even caught your eye a little bit and you're looking for comfortability, 13s is where it's at, man. Now, these joints, I want to say, when did these drop? These dropped back in 2016, so that pretty much shows you how long I've had this shoe, and I don't regret the purchase just yet. I feel like I definitely got my money's worth. Now, it does creases over here on the side, but still not a bad shoe. I mean, I wouldn't go out my way to find it, even though I did pay resale for it, but I mean, it was kind of at retail price. It's kind of one of those, like, the market was chill, and I saw these, and I was like, why not? So pretty much this was my Saturday shoe, was the Black Cat 13s. All right, now we're gonna move right on to Sunday. Now, in my area, the weather has been kind of like horrible, right? We've kind of had snow, and Sunday is kind of when it all kind of started up, so to speak, right? It was very light, but at the same time, I didn't know because the weatherman, and I do watch the weather channel or the news on a regular basis, and they didn't call for snow until later in the week, but I guess we were getting it early and we didn't know it. And I was already out there and about in it. So anyway, stepped out because I had to run some errands. I stepped out in the Air Jordan 2, and this is the Union joint, right? Okay, so you guys will see like the little snowy flakes in there. It hadn't hit us just yet, but it did go throughout the week. So definitely changed up how my sneaker rotation went throughout the rest of the week. But this is what I wore on Sunday. Normally y'all know I'm at the crib, but I definitely needed to run some errands, and I definitely had to take care of just some household goods, man. So normally I would have stepped out in like some slides, but I was like, it's freezing cold, right? Okay, and then ironically I made the right choice because it was snowing. So I stepped out in the Air Jordan 2 Union. This is this is the only 2 in my collection, and I don't regret it, man. I will say comfortability is there, but it is a bulky shoe, but I feel like it works good for wintertime too, so I don't regret the purchase at all. So again, I don't really want to overly sell the 2, but it's kind of one of those, if you're kind of glancing at one, definitely think comfortability. Now, a lot of people do out of nowhere say they are 2 fans, especially when there's a collab, because let's just face it, Jordan Brand has tried to push these joints down our throats, and I think to the point where probably we've all, if we didn't give in, we came close to giving in, right? Okay, but anyway, this was my Sunday shoe, was the Air Jordan 2 Union. Now we're gonna move right on to Monday and Tuesday. So pretty much Monday night, I just literally woke up, even though I was off and I was relaxing at the crib. Pretty much the snow kicked in overnight, and then I woke up to pretty much Tuesday where it was a lot more snow than what I actually anticipated. And it actually started later in the day on Monday, and it just wasn't holding back. I actually started on Sunday like I told you guys, but I thought that was it, and then Monday was a different ball game, and then Tuesday I really saw the aftermath when I tried to make moves. But anyway, for Monday and Tuesday, the kid was in the crib because I wasn't getting out in there, even though I did step outside. And then I was like gonna go to the gym, but I realized everything was kind of like locked down. So I pretty much was in the crib all day on Monday and Tuesday in the Yeezy slides. And this is the pure colorway. This is my crib colorway. So pretty much I just kind of relax, relounge, and just kind of just relax, man. Sometimes it's just good to have that breather. I don't regret the snow days. Definitely caught me off guard, but pretty much this would have been like my normal. Actually, if we didn't have snow, actually, this probably still would have been a part of the rotation as well. I was going to say this probably wasn't even going to be a part of the rotation as well, but pretty much Monday and Tuesday was the Yeezy slides just around the house wear because of the snow, and I'm not mad at it at all. So this was Monday and Tuesday was the Yeezy slide. Now we're going to move right along on to Wednesday. The kid was right back at to work. Y'all know I work a full-time job because they had finally cleared off all the like messy roads, and guess what? Time to go back to work. So pretty much on Wednesday, the kid stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 1, and this is the bread toe, a shoe that I would say that I normally don't wear enough, but when I first copped this joint, I used to wear it like around the clock, like heavy in rotation. I think this joint dropped in 2016 as well, don't quote me. 2017 is when it said it was produced, so most likely 2017 is when I copped these guys, but I had these joints heavy in rotation, and it's definitely a shoe where I don't regret buying, and I guess I just went through that phase, and I think we probably all have, where we just went through one frenzy buying, and we can blame Jordan Brand from that. I'm not even gonna blame us because at one point it feels like they was dropping ones like every other month, so to speak, right? Okay, ones are probably like majority of my collection, but this was my Wednesday shoe, was the Air Jordan 1 bread toe. So we're gonna move right along on to Thursday. Kid right back at to work. Again, things are cleared off, but it's still kind of chilly and cold outside, but I think this is a good shoe that you could probably get off in the winter as well. And I stepped in none other than the Air Jordan 12, and this is the taxi joints, right? Okay, and y'all know what I went through to get this shoe, because when it first came, or I don't say when it first came out, but when they finally did a re-release on the joint, y'all know I was going through some issues and stuff like that I had to say. I had priorities first, right? Okay, but I did end up picking up this shoe, I believe last year, and I had to go on the resale market for these, make a deal, do some trades, this, that, and the third. No, the price wasn't really up there. It's just that what I felt it was worth and what people was trying to do, it just wasn't a fair trade. But I figured it out, and these joints eventually came home. Now, when did these joints actually produce? And I probably should already know this off the top of my head. This was in 2013. Yeah, I definitely had some legal issues right there, if you catch my drift. But this is what I wore on Thursday, was the Air Jordan 12 Taxis. Arguably one of my favorite shoes in my collection. Now, they've done spin-offs and, Air Jordan 12 Chinese New Year's, this, that, and the third. There's been a reverse taxi, this, that, and the third. But it's nothing like the OGs sometimes for me. So this one is more sentimental values because of the shoe I couldn't get back in the day because of issues or whatever. So this is what I wore on Thursday, was the Air Jordan 12 Taxis. Now we're gonna move right on to Friday. The weatherman called for snow again. So of course I had appointments and plans, so I decided to still be on the safe side because I was out and about before the actual snow started. But I know if I got caught in it, snow is arguably could be worse than rain, if you ask me, right? Okay, yes, you're gonna get wet. Yes, it's gonna be freezing cold. Yes, it's gonna be slippery. And with rain, you could hydroplane. With snow, you could slide. And it's kind of literally almost the same thing if you really think about it. At least when I'm driving, that's what I think, right? Okay, but anyway, the kid stepped out on Friday and none other than the Air Jordan 12 Space Jam. And I know what you're saying, like, Jay, you're really wearing the crap out of the shoe, but our weather has been just not the best or the nicest, right? Okay, and this is kind of my go-to. It's usually an Air Jordan 12, no, an Air Jordan 11, pretty much because of that patent leather. And I was gonna do the gratitude, but I'm like, a little too new. And this is my pair from 09. I'm not gonna say this is not the oldest shoe in my collection, but it's a shoe where I do have the 2016 version where I was gonna put that pair on, but I'm like, when I compared it to, I'm like, The 2016 pair is still in decent condition compared to the 09 pair, and it's like, if these get messed up with these guys, I feel like at this point the only thing that can happen if they just fall apart, because right now I'm not afraid to get them wet. You guys have seen them in the rain, you've seen them in the snow, and to be honest, while you can tell it's an older shoe because of the yellowing on these joints, it's still not a bad shoe overall, and I'm not mad at it at all. So again, when the weather is horrible and I gotta step out in it, I usually go with patent leather, and these are probably gonna be my go-to like weather wear sneakers, if that makes sense, right? Okay, if I don't put on some boots, right? Okay, which y'all know I ain't afraid to pull out the polo boots for a reason, right? Okay, y'all know I'm not afraid to step in those guys, but pretty much this was my Friday shoe, was the Air Jordan 11 Space Jams from 2009. All right, so that pretty much repeats, this pretty much completes, I said repeat, this pretty much completes this weekly sneaker rotation for week 55. When y'all sound off in the comment section and let me know what you wore throughout the week as well. If you're having bad weather or weather issues, sound off in the comment section as well. And let me know if the weather affects how or what you're gonna wear that day as well. Not just the clothing, but I'm talking about what's on the feet, and I'm talking the sneakers. But other than that, man, I'm gonna go ahead and get up out of this thing and stop rambling, man. Y'all be sure to hit that like button. It really helps the channel out. And if you're new, consider subscribing. I made content about sneakers. Again, my name is Jeremy Jones, and thank you for watching, and I'm out.